Okay, so today's lesson is it's called PPR, which is it's going to be about pressing into the ground, pushing into the right foot or your back foot into the ball portion of the foot, and then it rotates into a circle, and then the R is for rotation. And you can even add width to that, which you'll see. So it's actually PPRW, which is kind of abbreviated PPR. So how this works is I want to demonstrate I'll do it with a club first, and then we're going to take the club out of the hands so we can show you how to do this by just doing it with just your hands in a Tai Chi format, and then we'll come back to the club. But the PPR is, if you ever watch all the great players, when they set up here, this is a good view to look at the pressing part. They'll kind of set up the modern swing, especially they set up pretty tall here and more here. You don't want to set up squatty and bendy like this. You want to set up tall with the knees, very slight flex, butt back a little bit, spine down a little bit, and then right before you take the club back, what will happen is you'll see all these great players. Watch the knees here. Right before, they'll go straight down, and that creates a press. As soon as I get that press feeling, my hands aren't doing anything, my body's stable. I press, and then I push, which is when I go to press, it'll look like this. It'll go press, push, and that push is into the right toe without the head moving, so it looks like this. It goes press, push. I'm in the right toe right now, the ball of the foot. As I continue to rotate and maintain width, that energy will go in from the right toe here into the right heel. So it works in a circle, so it doesn't go straight to the heel, and it doesn't go into the toe the whole time like that. What will happen is when you press straight down right into both balls of the feet like that as the butt stays back. Press down, push into the right toe, and then you start to rotate and create width with your hands. And when you do that, that'll load the heel, but you have to, I want to try to explain this because it's very important because of all the information out there. There's a lot of guys who will talk about just load the right hip, and they look like that. It's a jabby action, and what they're doing, they're driving the hip straight back, locking the joint up, and then it's going to try to shoot back forward. So there's a reason why we talk about the way the pressure of the foot, I shouldn't say the pressure, but more the energy of the foot. If this is your foot right here, it's going to press down here in the ball of the foot. That's going to be the ball of the foot. Then as you turn, it's going to work its way into a circle like this. So it's going to be your right foot or your back foot. It's going to work like that. If you're lefty, it would work into a circle like this. And then the pressure would sit down. That's the float. So it goes like this in the backswing. It's rotating a circle as you sit down like that, and then it would spring out of that. So it looks like this. So you're going to go press, push, the rotation and width. Now I've got a lot of space here, right? The right thumb's away from the right shoulder. So I went but I didn't go if you watch the hip, how it loads, if I just pushed, it would be like this. If I just rotate the hip, it would be like that. So this would be all heel, where the circle gets to the heel too early. This would be where it never gets to the heel at all. So those are affecting the backswing and the downswing. There's recovery. So if you got a guy like Colin Montgomery that does this, kicks the hip out, he shifts back. Watch what happens. So what happens is when he kicks the hips back out like this, the weight now, I can feel it going into the heel. Now it goes into the heel. I wait for the club to fall, and then I get up to it. And so you can do it. It's just, again, I try to say it as much as possible about amateurs they won't recover like the pros will recover. So if they make a move like this, typically it's just going to be kind of a or action-reaction type movement. So they'd look like this, or if it was a twist, it would just be kind of like the same exact move. There's not going to be this, that's why we do the float, is so as you have time to, if you do want to recover, you can save it and then go get it. Most amateurs aren't going to have the patience and understand how to capture all that torque at the last second and how to use it. And so if we can get this right early, where we press down, watch my knees, I'm going from here, press, you can see my knees, I push into the right, I rotate and create width. That's where the thumb stays away from the inseam of the shirt this way. You can see I'm really rotated. My body's completely centered here. Now, this would be what you've already been working on. So then you would go into the float, circle and drag, grip along the point. So what I like about this is I could go on this part of the instruction. I could probably do this video for hours. I'm not going to bore you to death by doing that, but I've done a lot of research and a lot of study over the course of back to even the Ben Hogan days, even before, about how players have forward presses or how they try to create a little energy before they start the swing. So like pre-swing energy. So it's like some guys will, you saw back in the day, some guys would, like Ben Hogan kind of had a little of this, and then you have Sam Snead that would this, and then Rock move back, and then you'd have Jack Nicklaus that would create a firm left side right here and turn his head, and he would really push down, he would really do the press. But if you look at the modern game, it's getting to where most every player, you can see it, they'll start off a little taller than normal. There's a press, both feet look like this. When I press, you can imagine my fingers are going vertical here. It's a straight down, and it's not left, it's not right, it's not out. It's just straight down into the ball of the feet. So it goes down, then it pushes into the right toe, and I'm resisting a little bit with this knee, not like that. So, but I'm not collapsing here either. It's all in sequence, so it's here, and then it just is like that. So it goes press down, push, rotate, width. Then it's going to be, that's where you're going to sink down again on both legs. You're going to circle, drag, and grip along the point. Okay? Now we're going to do this without a club. So we understand the concept, hopefully. With that, actually I want to back up one more time. So when we do this, this is the reason most people will stay very static right here. They don't move, and then they'll either try to turn with their arms going back, or they'll twist with their hips, or they'll shift and then they'll rotate or whatever. What this will, and a lot of it's because they just stand so stable, so they don't have anything to pull from. So the reason why I like this is you can push down, you can feel it. You grip the ground and you can feel yourself pushing away, not only with the club but the energy of the feet. So you're pushing away and you create your rotation. And so what happens is it gives you that preset energy, so you can really feel the rhythm of the swing. It's just going to really help you. If you just stay stable and you try to turn like this and figure it out, you can do it. It's just really, you don't see it much on the tour anymore. You don't see every player that's a high-level ball striker have this little press. They'll either firm up that left side and press down. The way he does that, Jordan Spieth, you look at every single one of them, they're doing it. Justin Johnson, press down and push away, create that width. It creates this synchronization going back. That allows for a better float and more torque of the body that we talk about. You're going to get a better torque through the body. You're going to get a better torque and energy in the shaft, so you can circle and drag more naturally through the shaft better. And this will help. This would help anybody at any level. And so let's do it do the training for it. So this is a drill I like. This is an old Tai Chi. You're like a warding off. So it's open hands like this. They go each way. So we keep them like this. So golf grip would be like that. These would be like this. You don't want them touching. You don't want them way away. Just about right here. And so when you watch the posture, notice that it's kind of upright at first. So, and then you're going to use your whole body to learn how to press down first, because you got to remember there's really 4 components to this, what we're trying to do. And it starts, the very first one, they're all in order the way they should be. So when you get here, you start up kind of tall, not bent down posture. Definitely not a lot of flex. If you're a guy that flexes a lot, you look and you have a lot of knee flexion with your butt's way behind you and all that, this doesn't work very well, because you're not playing with enough height, and you're not going to have the same energy. So you have to really make sure your posture is right. Not a lot of this. Stand up taller, just a little bit here. Elbows kind of up like this. And the reason why is because we're going to push them down, and we're going to simulate that as we're pushing down in the feet too. So it looks like this. You're going to be here. Now I'm going to bend a little towards the ball, just a little bit, not flexing my knees. Then I press with my legs, and then I push away. And both hands will stay out. Don't try to simulate golf swing. Both hands stay away so you can push off like a warding off. That's going to give you range of motion, width, and torque. Okay? And right at the top of that, you would go to your float. Maintain the width of this thumb, both thumbs away from the seam of the shirt. And then circle and through. You can do both options here. You can go to that float, or you can do, this is a really good stretch too. It's keeping these palms away. And it's a great way to feel the energy. I've done this with, I can't tell you how many players where I've had them just, they learn the downswing so much better by keeping these palms out like this. So when you go here, you're pushing away. So we're going to go press down. Both arms kind of straighten but relax, not raising the shoulders. Press, so you can watch my knees here. You start tall, press down like that, push away. Okay, now from here, we're going to sink, circle, and you see how I'm keeping my hands out. I haven't turned them this way yet. I just keep them out the whole time. And what that does is it really gives you a feeling of how the body is supposed to rotate in the downswing. You'll feel a lot of energy, a lot of resistance and angle. You're not trying to square the club up and all that stuff. That's a really good way, and I would tell, if you're having a hard time sequencing your swing, you're getting stuck this way, or you're tilted or whatever, just keep the palms out, and as you circle, everything will be right in front of you, and it's just really good. If you watch how it does with the back arm when we do this, you'll see the back arm is, by training like this, it stays more connected and tucked, and so forth. So I would tell you to do both versions in your training, and I would do 5 sets of 10 like this. And if you're stuck with time, just do 5 sets of basically a 5. You don't have to kill yourself doing it, because over time this will start to get really good. So you keep palms out. This time we'll do a different version of back to the float. So we're gonna start here. We're gonna stand tall, press down, pushing away. So you notice how much width. There's the push into the ball of foot. Rotation, my width here. Okay, I'm gonna change the angles of my wrist to softly float and sink. There's your grip alignment point. You can come on through and here. It's going to be press down, push away, rotate. You can do this on zone 2 if you want. Press down. Zone 3. Push. You'll see the drill we talk about recruiting big muscles. You'll see the video we talk about recruiting. That's that feeling, but this is such a great way, because you don't do it like this. Like, that's not what it is. The energy has to be, it's your whole body when you do this. It's real soft hands here, real soft elbows. It's not a lot of stiffness. It's just gently pressing down and sinking with the legs, pushing away really smooth, staying really relaxed here, and keeping the width as you rotate. Okay? So this would be a little bit longer zone here. 4. Okay. And you could go zone 5, which is what we've been doing. However you want to do it. But the key is, and so when we get a golf club, the key is going to be when you press down. It gives you it gives you really good balanced energy. A lot of times if people forward press or do this, you see it kicks the hips out, or it changes the angle. You lose your ability to be symmetrical. So what I like about this is it just keeps you really symmetrical. It's boom here, press away, rotate. And you can still work on all the same components. So what it does, it connects everything up, syncs it all up, so that you create this really good rhythm, really good tempo, and ultimately really good ball flight. So it's what it would look like in the swing. Press down, push away. So incorrectly would look like this. Okay, or there's no press, just rotate. Okay, if you can get this press, push, rotate, width, it's going to have a lot more. You're going to have a lot more of this. Like, it's a lot of times if you ever seen anybody doing these, well, you have to do Tai Chi, but you'll see them. They're swinging these. It's a lot of footwork. Jack Nicklaus used to do this all the time. And if you watch, it's the same thing. It's kind of like this. So you're pressing, you're pushing, rotating wide. That's another source of doing it. I'm sure there's a lot of different ways if you go and study this. Just watch the TV this weekend, the tournament. You're going to see the leaders doing this. Okay, so this is a way to do it without creating superficial tension. So it's not, instead of like guys trying to, like, now I'm going to try to squeeze my butt, my core, and get my arms real soft and all this, and then try to swing. You just get locked up. What happens is when I'm doing this, it's a loose energy, right? It's very loose. Press. You push away, and it creates enough resistance so it's not too limp and it's not too stiff, but it also just gives you a lot of flow. So it's press, push, basically rotate, width, and through. So it would be real swing. Okay. So anyway, I hope that helps you. You have to work with your, if you're having a problem with your width, it's probably because you're not doing this, you're probably trying to just move like this, all stiff, and create width and angle, and it just locks up. This, by pressing down and pushing and rotating and creating the width, will create more flow for this to naturally stretch versus kind of an isometric stretch across your chest, which is a no-go. So anyway, it's a long video. I hope you really like it, and if you have any questions, just shoot me some emails. Good luck with that.